Hello, my name is Salenna Laffoon, and I will be doing a presentation on how to make your PowerPoint shine. My overall objective is to demonstrate the technical skills I learned from Procertas about PowerPoint and add it to my prior experience. My goal is to create a video that other students can use to build on their Procertas experience and hopefully expand their overall skills with PowerPoint. I'll be going over the reason why I chose this topic, as well as two additional steps that you can add to the Procrats videos. The two are grouping images specifically, and Slide Master, how to adjust your outlines. The reason the reason why I chose to talk about PowerPoint was one, it was one of the skills covered in Procrats, but two, or first, because I was known as a PowerPoint Ranger or military intelligence officer. As a military intelligence officer, we earned the title PowerPoint Ranger because we had to make multiple PowerPoints for those below us and most specifically for those above us. I've had to brief multiple commanders from battalion to brigade to generals on military operations, on intelligence observations, and on training operations for supporting the operations section of the military. I've been able to create very concise information that included a lot of detail. I was also able to make 100-page PowerPoints in 24 hours that included information left to right about a training exercise. And I wanted to, for the second reason, add these skills that I learned in the military plus Procrats and make a PowerPoint that lawyers can use. PowerPoint is such a useful tool for lawyers because they have to communicate really complex ideas to either their client or to another audience. And PowerPoint really creates a concise tool to articulate those ideas in a creative way, either through picture or transitions, and it creates a flow of information. It also provides a tool that can be printable later if needed. So one of the skills I wanted to add to what was already talked about is grouping. So Progress tells you how to make a picture, where to place it, sizing, but what happens if you have a lot of pictures that you make or a lot of symbols? You get that a lot in the military when you're doing military templating, where you have lots of tiny symbols that you have to create. And instead of creating that symbol over and over again with creating a diamond and those shapes inside, you can group that picture and then be able to place them in multiple locations. Of course, we're not in the military, but it's still very practical for the legal career because you can template scenarios that can be kind of complex to describe. Instead of saying individual was going west on X Avenue while other individual was going south on X Avenue and they collided, avoiding a dog, etc., you can template that out while still also describing it. And so templating it can be really useful, but then what says if you wanted to copy that picture over to the next PowerPoint or maybe rotate or provide a different angle, that's where grouping comes into use. So this is how you group. So you're going to start with PowerPoint and you're going to go to the home section. Under the home section, you're going to go to drawings, the subsection drawings. Under subsection, you're going to arrange. It doesn't show the toggle, but under arrange is grouping. This current picture right here is actually grouped, so I'm going to ungroup it. Now that it's ungrouped, I can actually edit the small individual pieces in here. As you can see that these were small pieces that were actually added into one giant group or image. So either I'm moving, or maybe I wanted to delete a picture, all very possible when I ungroup the image. I can even move the background. However, it's really difficult to maybe move the whole image. See, I'd have to move it piece by piece. And if I wanted to say rotate the image, you'll see here that if I even selected everything together and tried to rotate the image, it creates kind of this weird abstract picture because everything rotated with it, but it doesn't actually rotate as one full image. So I'm going to undo everything and show you what it looks like when it's grouped together. I'm going to make sure it's centered. So make sure that when you're grouping, you select everything that you want to include. So I'm making sure everything's selected. I'm showing you kind of where everything should be selected. Again, it's in Homes, Drawing, Arrange. I'm going to click Group. And now, oops. I'm going to click Group. You can also click Group with a right click and click Group option. And now it's one full picture. And now with this picture, I can copy it, I can rotate it, and it remains one solid image that can be transferable multiple times. And that is grouping. Another skill that I want to add from the Procrats videos is Slide Master. Slide Master is a very essential tool. It one helps with efficiency. So if you're trying to create a background and you don't want to recreate it over and over again or reselect your type of font, you can go to Slide Master and everything will be set for you. It also helps with organization. So I know that in the military intelligence, we had to create control banners, whether it was secret, top secret, gamma, etc. We were able to collect that specific control measure in an organized method to decide what should go on the slide. And then finally, I think most importantly, it creates uniformity. So your slides look the same, whether they're the same font, the footer's in the same location. They kind of all have a style that follows together, as you can see in this PowerPoint. So I'm going to show you how to manipulate Slide Master in a very simplified way. So to edit Slide Master, you're going to go to View. You're going to click on View, and you're going to go to the subtitle called Master View. Under Master View, you're going to click Slide Master. And there you're going to see kind of the master template and the layouts below it. So if I wanted to add a layout, I can go to the left and add a layout. Or I could add a whole new set of master templates that kind of control the overall style. And if I were to edit the master template, let's say I wanted to change the font, which I will do here. It will then change the font for everything below it in the layout style. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this master file. But you can also just individually edit the layout. So here I'm going to add a photo. To set this layout apart from the others. Here's my photo. I'm going to center it. And then I'll show you what it looks like in the normal version or where you'd be editing your slide. So I'll save it, go to View again, and go into Normal View. And then I'm going to add the template that I added. To do that, I'm going to go into Insert or Insert a New Slide. And the bottom will be my new template. So I'll insert the new slide. And there you go. You can see that I added this picture. And one key thing is you see I can't edit the picture in this view. It is kind of as part of or embedded into the PowerPoint. So I have to go back to Slide Master if I wanted to get rid of it or to edit it. And you can see that in the new view, normal view, that it's gone. So again, that's Slide Master, a quick idea of how it works. And again, it's a super essential tool if you're making multiple slides for an organization and you don't want to recreate your background or logo over and over again. And that is my presentation. I really hoped that it was beneficial and it not only showed what I had learned from Procrats, but also added to what I've learned so other students can benefit from this presentation.